Good evening, everybody, and welcome in to Southern Ohio Sports Authority's area coverage of the Division II OHSAA Girls Basketball Tournament. I'm Dewey Daly alongside John Bruce here tonight at Jackson High School as the Iron Ladies are set to host the Athens Bulldogs in a sectional final matchup for us here tonight. John, we've had the privilege to see the Iron Ladies on two different occasions this year. Right around the new year, we got to see them play in Frankfort against Adina. That one came down quite literally to the buzzer. I believe officially ended in I think it was a 1-point game actually because of the Kinsey Davis half-court heave to cut it from 4-3. And then we saw them at the Winter Hoops Classic over at Eastern Brown a couple weeks ago where they took on Western Brown in a pretty lopsided affair. Although Western Brown's season, I believe, already over, John, is, I don't know what division they're in, but whatever they're in, they know they started their tournament a week earlier, so, and I don't even think they won a tournament game, so.
Yeah, in the Southwest District, so what I had been told was this extra week was given to make sure teams could fill in dates from where in the past we've had weather, we've had COVID, different things. This gave teams a chance to make up for their games. Well, the Southwest District just said, you know what, we're starting. They started last Monday in the girls, and on the boys' side, they started this Monday. So for Western Brown, they had to, down in that Southwest District, had a tough first-round game and were knocked out despite winning their league. I believe Goshen last night barely advanced in their opening round game. So it's definitely a little different. That's one of my biggest gripes with the state is that not everyone does it the same way.
Well, there was a bit of a longer break in between the seedings being released and the actual tournaments starting. Usually it's the week after the boys' tournaments are released, or the week after they're released, it starts. And for girls, they released them this Sunday. Then I think they went a whole week, and then
another week.
It was like a 2-week gap in between that and the games actually starting. But nonetheless, Jackson's still looking for their first win when we are present. So hopefully they'll be able to turn the tide and pick up a win tonight over the Athens Bulldogs, who are 14-8 overall, 10-2 in the TVC, led, or I should say coached by Phil Koska, one of the two. I did not figure that out pregame. Probably should have.
Yeah, we double-checked on all the names, but not
besides the coach's
head coach
name.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Athens actually finished the regular season on a 3-game win streak with wins over Chillicothe, Alexander, and Vinton County. So they'll look to continue that success here tonight. For Jackson, finished, I believe, on a 2-game losing streak with losses at Circleville and then home against Waverly. I think it was the other way around. Waverly came first, and then the Circleville game was their last game of the season. We will take a quick break for the playing of the national anthem. But once again, Athens riding a 3-game win streak coming into tonight for Jackson. They lost their last 2 of the regular season once again. That was to Waverly, and then their final game of the season was Circleville. And coincidentally, both of those teams meeting up tonight at Circleville in a Division II sectional final. So that in all honesty, should probably be a pretty solid game. I believe our Derek Webb going to be in attendance for that one. So if you want any updates for that game, go check him out on Twitter. I don't know his exact handle, but it's probably the only verified Derek Webb account on Twitter, so it should be pretty easy to find. But nonetheless, here tonight, John, 6 seed versus 11 seed. Last time we saw a Jackson team in the postseason was actually their boys team when they were the 12 seed against Logan Elm, who was a 5 seed and pulled off the upset over them. So hopefully Jackson going to be able to avoid that here with the higher seed, 6 versus 11. Usually it's the 5 versus 12 games that are always a bit unfavorable for the 5 seed. So 6 versus 11 here for us tonight.
Yeah, it's a matchup between two teams that seem like they're kind of going in opposite directions, although Jackson's last couple losses are to two very good teams. And also, these two teams might see each other next year as they are both pretty equal in the amount of players coming back. Now, Athens does start one senior, Emily Zuber, a 5'11 senior, averages 11.8 rebounds a game. I don't want to exaggerate on that. For Jackson, they start 4 juniors and one freshman, which would be Sydney Carpenter. For the Bulldogs, they start 3 freshmen and 1 sophomore, with Asa Halcomb being their leading scorer, the sophomore. Should be a good matchup. It's, a Athens team that loves to shoot the 3 ball. Jackson does not sub a lot. From what research I've done, Athens doesn't appear to sub much either. So it could be, I would guess, not a super fast-paced game due to, not a lot of subs playing. So I would guess the teams are going to run through their offenses, be pretty efficient in that way, and should see a good basketball game here tonight between two programs that are both on the upswing.
Yeah, John, the winner of tonight's contest will play next Monday. That is the 20th of the month at 8 p.m. That'll be at Piketon. They'll play the winner of Sheridan and Logan Elm. I believe that game also tonight at Sheridan.
Yeah.
So I would say it's somewhat safe to say that Sheridan would most likely come away the winner of that contest. So more or less the winner of this game going to meet up next Monday with Sheridan. Really, for either of these teams, I don't know too much about Sheridan to say what kind of odds they would have going into that game. I don't know if you've seen Sheridan this season.
I haven't seen Sheridan this year, but I know they were the state runner-up last year. They graduated Faith Stinson, their big-time player. Graduated her, but they still have her sister back, and it's still a very good Sheridan team. They like to get up and down. They like to put a lot of pressure on their opponents, so it'll be a tough task. But you know what? I believe we have two well-coached teams here today, and whoever moves on will take the challenge head on.
Very quickly, the starters for us here tonight. We'll start with the visiting Bulldogs. Number 3, Ella Chapman. Number 5, Quinn Banks. Number 15, Emily Zuber. Number 20, Olivia Smart. And number 25, Asa Holcomb. John, 3 freshmen for the Bulldogs in the starting lineup. Now on to the Iron Ladies. Number 2, Sydney Carpenter. Number 11, the FAC Girls Player of the Year, TJ Carpenter. Number 12, Maddie Walburn. Number 21, Sydney Hughes. And number 22, Kinsey Davis.
We are starting off the game with a technical. I would assume that's a bookkeeping technical on Athens, as I'm, not throwing this out there because they're girls, but I'm doubting that someone dunked in pregame.
Right.
That's the, of course, your junior year, we had a
JV player.
Yeah, we had a technical, and we didn't have anyone that could dunk, so it was for that. So
for an attempted dunk.
Yeah.
So following the technical for currently unknown reasons, Jackson making both of the shots will come away with the first possession, but quickly Athens takes back over here in the first minute of this sectional final matchup. Holcomb loses the handle on it. Davis coming up with the loose ball for the Iron Ladies. Carpenter pushes it ahead to Sydney Hughes. Now back to Walburn around the volleyball line.
Yeah, good recovery by Davis. And that's a shot. And you called it, you kept calling it a midi when we were down, when they played Western Brown. And And Maddie Walburn, very efficient from the elbow line extended, knocks down her first jumper of the game.
Yeah, just one of those shots on the elbow you don't see too many people taking nowadays, and Walburn has more or less made a living the past couple games. We've seen them from around that area. Now Athens looking to answer back. Holcomb down low, trying to get it outside to Smart. Passes off target. Smart comes up with the loose ball. Now off the dribble, driving inside. Kicks it over to Zuber off the glass. And foul. That'll send Zuber to the line, shooting two.
I'm going to make a joke. I'm going to make a pun already. I don't think Emily's exuberant about being at the line. Only a 21% free throw shooter on the year is the senior.
Now averages 3.1 points per game, but averages 11.8 rebounds, the leading rebounder for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, misses the first.
Second free throw on the way, back of the iron and rolls in.
The iron was kind.
Shooter's touch there for Zuber. Gets the Bulldogs on the board here. Now under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now Carpenter on the other side. Davis loses the handle on that one. Holcomb comes up with the loose ball for Athens. Now pushed ahead to Ella Chapman. Had 18 points in the last game for Athens. Averages 10.6 on the season. Holcomb on the drive, and that one going to be off the legs of, I believe, TJ Carpenter, so that'll be a kick ball. It'll stay here with Athens.
And TJ, a very good soccer player as well, so just used to that.
That's Chapman for three. Got it.
Yeah, Ella Chapman, a really good three-point shooter. She's their second leading scorer on the year, 10.6 points a game. She knocks down her 24th three-pointer of the season.
Game now knotted up at 4 points apiece. Right around 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Carpenter in the corner now, back to the middle of the floor, going to work on Chapman. Pump fake, nowhere to go. Tough defense out to Hughes. Top of the key, three off the mark. Davis trying to save it. Chapman ends up, we'll call that a rebound for Chapman.
That's one of the easier ones you're going to get.
Now in transition, Holcomb up with the left hand. Can't get it to go off the backboard. Carpenter with the rebound.
Yeah, nice try by Asa Holcomb to get through the drive, just unable to finish.
Into the corner, Sydney Carpenter working the baseline. Can't get the layup to fall. Rebound for Emily Zuber.
I like the attempt on the floater.
This one pushed ahead to Chapman in the left corner. Now to Holcomb. Now top of the key for Smart. This one batted out of bounds by Walburn. So Athens windbound on the far sideline.
One thing about Athens is what I've been able to tell so far is they've played excellent defense. Holcomb with a steal and a block, and then just no second chance looks so far for the Iron Ladies.
Holcomb now on the left wing, guarded by Carpenter. Cross-court pass to Banks. Three ball is off the mark. Rebound goes to Walburn. She'll bring it across the timeline here for the Iron Ladies. Driving to the left side, gets it out to Davis now on the drive. Up with the right hand, rolls around and in for two.
Good job by Kinsey Davis using the pump fake and getting into the lane. Nice soft touch for the junior.
Bulldogs now looking to answer back. Pass down low to Banks, and we'll have a foul on, I believe, Sydney Carpenter.
It'll be on Kinsey Davis, her second. That was one of the things when they played Western Brown, was Kinsey Davis was in foul trouble throughout the night. She has to be smart to not get a third here. As we talked about in the pregame, they don't play a lot of players.
Holcomb inbounds it to Banks, and her shot is not blocked, I guess.
I thought it was blocked, but
just may have lost grip on it going up for the shot, and it's out of bounds. A turnover, or I guess a missed shot.
I don't know. That felt turnover-y. So either way, Iron Lady ball.
2-point lead here for Jackson. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Down low, Carpenter. Three ladies on her. Goes up for the shot. Not able to connect. Rebound goes to Holcomb.
Yeah, just a lot of swarming there by the Bulldogs.
Holcomb on the drive. Kicks it out. Smart. That's a three off the rim. Not good. Banks the rebound. Put back is.
When Banks with the offensive rebound and put back. And that's a big thing with when you're playing a team that shoots a lot of threes. You got to make sure you're boxing out at all times.
Game now tied 6-6. Walburn on the drive now to Carpenter. Back to Walburn, working the baseline. Cut off by Holcomb, now back beyond the arc, trying to work the baseline again. This one blocked away by Holcomb. Rebound goes with Hughes, and Holcomb coming up with a 2-block possession there for the Bulldogs. Pushed ahead, Smart up with the right hand off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound for Zuber, and she'll head back to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, Asa Holcomb has 3 blocks already in this contest, 3 blocks and a steal. And that foul is on Kenzie Davis, her 3rd. I would guess she's done for the half. And Zuber, after I said she wasn't exuberant about getting to the foul line, now 2 for 3 at the line.
Yeah, 3 fouls for Davis in less than 5 minutes here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Jalen Louderback will come in.
How about it, John? You said, what, 21%? Now
21% coming into the game.
Tied for a team high in points.
Hey, when you're a senior, if it's your last game, you focus a little bit tighter.
Carpenter on the right side looking down low for Louderback. And we will have a jump ball near the baseline. That'll go with Athens.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball into TJ Carpenter. She's got a 5-inch advantage over Ella Chapman, but Ella Chapman very strong, especially for a freshman, doing a good job bumping her off the block and making life difficult for her.
So we'll see how not having Kenzie Davis affects this Iron Ladies team here on offense. Now Holcomb on the left wing. Now Chapman top of the key. Dribble drive cut off by Carpenter. She'll bring it back out. And that'll be a foul on TJ Carpenter. That'll be the team's 4th, her 1st.
Yeah, someone other than Kenzie Davis gets involved in the fouling there. Just, kind of unlucky there for TJ Carpenter as, pulling the ball out and just, it's an easy call, though.
Inbound from Chapman. It'll go behind half court and be picked up by Holcomb. Now driving down the middle of the lane, guarded by TJ Carpenter. Up with the right hand, blocked away. A snatch block there from TJ Carpenter. A block and a rebound for the FAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, I believe that's probably part of the reason why she was voted to it, is she's a very good defender as well.
Pass down low, Louderback off the glass, just can't get it to fall. Give the rebound to Holcomb.
Yeah, good look inside by Sydney Carpenter, just Louderback unable to get it to fall.
8-6, Bulldog lead here, right around 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Chapman gets it out to Smart on the right wing, now driving down the middle of the floor with the left hand. Tough shot, no good. Zuber, the offensive rebound, keeping it alive, out to Banks. Her 3 is good.
Yeah, that's the 3rd rebound for Emily Zuber, 2nd offensive rebound. Makes the good pass out. Quinn Banks buries the 3 to give them a 5-point lead.
Iron Ladies looking to get back in a groove here. Carpenter on the drive. This one taken away by Holcomb. Give her another steal. Now in transition. Up with the right hand, in and out. Walburn, the defensive rebound for Jackson.
Yeah, Holcomb doing it all on the defensive side, unable to get a basket so far for the Bulldogs. I'll tell you what, it's tough to coach from your seat if you're Coach Koska over there for the Bulldogs. Well, I guess it doesn't have to, so it must have just been an administrative.
You want to explain
I'm
that
very
a little more,
confused by
because
this.
I have absolutely no idea about what happened.
My last technical I got was an administrative one, and I had to sit, so I don't really know if it's
I'm sure
when
when
you put the wrong number in the book and whatnot.
I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out in between quarters. We'll have a quick timeout for the Iron Ladies. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. John, 6 points in right around 7 minutes here in the first quarter. Not
and really
a whole
only
lot
4.
of offense. Right,
yeah.
right. Only the first 2 came from the technical free throws, so not a whole lot of offense coming from the Iron Ladies. 11-6 lead here for Athens, coming in as the under Bulldogs.
Yeah, thanks. The Bulldogs have done a good job of, they're playing really good defenses. Jackson has had 4 turnovers so far. when they've gotten shots, they've had 3 shots blocked, all by Asa Holcomb. So, I mean, that when you got one player blocking 3 shots, it's causing a lot of havoc. Now and also for the Bulldogs, they're getting, Emily Zuber with her 3 free throws at her scoring average, 3.1 points a game.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, only a 21% free throw shooter, but she's 3 of 4 so far. So you have to be very happy with what they've gotten so far if you're the Bulldogs.
So Carpenter missed the second one on the way in. Now 3 of 4 from the line as she knocked down both of the technical free throws before the game. Lead now cut to 4 for Athens.
Yeah, Athens has also knocked down a couple triples so far.
Smart in some trouble around half court. This one tipped, so it will not be a half court violation for Athens. Chapman coming up with the loose ball now top of the key. That's Smart. Another 3 off the back iron. No good. Zuber, an offensive rebound, keeps it alive, gets it out to Banks. Working the baseline. Runner on the way. Another offensive rebound for Zuber into the corner to Fern Sigmund. On the drive, scoop layup with the right hand. Another offensive rebound for Zuber.
Zuber just getting them and just chucking them back out. She'll have the turnover there, but good offensive possession from Emily Zuber, just unable to get anything to fall for the Bulldogs.
Proven why she averages 11.8 rebounds per game for this Bulldog team. Looks like Jackson maybe thinking about holding for the last shot here in the first quarter. Clock now down to 10 seconds. Four to shoot here. Walburn on the drive and fouled. She'll head to the line here shooting 2.
This could be big if this is called on Zuber. It was not. It was called on Fern Sigmund, who, by the way, is a 4th freshman that plays a lot for this team. Doesn't start, but gives them good minutes, averaging about 4.5 points a game. Walburn makes the first.
Now you start 3 freshmen. You have another one coming off the bench. An extremely young team down there in Joe Burrow country. Lead down to 3 in Walburn. 2 of 2 from the stripe. 2.5 seconds to shoot here for Athens. And they will not get a shot off, so that'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at Jackson High School. Athens out in front 11-9. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School girls basketball right here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
11-9 is our score after one. A relatively low scoring first quarter in comparison to a lot of the games we've seen this year, John. We've seen a ton of games go well over what I would assume would be the over-under line here. But, we've seen some explosions here. They lost Kinsey Davis around halfway through the first quarter. Really don't expect to see her back until maybe late in the second, but most likely in the third quarter.
Yeah, freshman Jalen Montgomery has came in now for the Iron Ladies and for Louderback.
So Jackson will start off on offense here to start the second quarter, and on the drive, Sydney Hughes ties it up at 11 with a layup.
Yeah, her first points of the game. Jackson was 2 for 9 in that first quarter, having 3 shots blocked and going 0 for 2 from 3, but went 5 for 6 at the line, where Athens was only 3 of 13 shooting, but hit a couple of threes, 2 of 5 from the three-point line.
Mid-range jumper from Smart is off the front iron and rolls out. Holcomb comes up with the loose ball off the rebound. Tough shot with the left hand. Can't get it to drop. Defensive rebound for Sydney Carpenter.
Yeah, the biggest thing for Jackson right now is they had to get rebounds. They had to secure them, as Emily Zuber had 6 rebounds in the first quarter, 5 offensive.
Carpenter trying to work the baseline with another runner. Can't get it to drop. Emily Zuber Another rebound for the Bulldogs. 11-11 here, under 7 minutes in the first half. Down low, Zuber with the right hand. Got it off the glass for two.
Yeah, Zuber has came to play. The only senior that really plays for Athens, has 5 points, well over her scoring average.
Carpenter on the drive into the corner. Now back out to Walburn, back into the corner to Carpenter, trying to work the baseline now, top of the key to Montgomery, now in the hands of Hughes, over to Sydney Carpenter. Good ball movement here from the Iron Ladies. Walburn on the drive with the right hand, shot won't fall, rebound Holcomb.
Yeah, I think Jackson trying to get Zuber out of the lane, unable to do so far. Holcomb 0 for 5 from the field, but she has done a little bit of everything defensively for the Bulldogs. So Jackson has to try to make sure she doesn't get going on the offensive end as she's their leading scorer.
Stingy defense here from the Bulldogs, cutting off a ton of dribbled drives by the Iron Ladies, and this one will be batted out of bounds by Fern Sigmund. As Quinn Banks comes back into the game, she'll give Emily Zuber a rest with 5:42 to go here in the second quarter. 13-11, Bulldogs leading.
Yeah, Zuber 5.7 rebounds for the senior.
Down low, Carpenter.
Nice move.
Up with the pump fake and off the glass, ties it up at 13.
Well, and then they take Zuber out and they immediately go back into the block because you're not worried about that shot blocker on the backside. Smart coaching there by Coach Walburn. And great execution by TJ Carpenter.
Down low, Banks wide open, can't get the layup to fall. Rebound, Hughes off the miss.
I think that may have been a Maddie Walburn block on the backside.
Down low, Carpenter, same move, almost same result. Offensive rebound for Jalen Montgomery. Count it and the foul. Chance for a three-point play here for Jalen Louderback. Or excuse me, Jalen Montgomery.
Yeah, Jackson doing a little bit of what Athens did, which was, get the offensive rebound off the miss, and does a nice job following up and getting to the line.
Not able to knock down the free throw. Quinn Banks comes up with the rebound for Athens.
The one thing I'll point out, though, for Athens, Ella Chapman has only taken one shot. She's their second leading scorer.
Smart on the drive. Tough shot with the left hand. Tied back up at 15.
Tough drive and finish there for Olivia Smart. She gets on the board with her first 2 points of the game. Coming in averaging 7.6 a game. Yeah, and they're doing a lot of coaching up on the sideline, telling her how they want her to guard Carpenter in the post.
Once again, tough defense here from the Bulldogs. Walburn on the drive, backs it back out to the corner, kicks it out to Carpenter on the right wing.
Yeah,
looking down low, nutmeg for TJ Carpenter. Holcomb comes up with the loose ball in transition. Smart now to Banks. Moving three, in and out. Sydney Carpenter the rebound.
Yeah, Banks made 1 3 in the first quarter, is unable to get that one to fall. Kenzie Davis will be checking back in here in a second for Jackson. And we've got a official timeout on moving some cameramen on the opposite side. This is a risky move for Coach Walburn because a fourth foul for Kenzie Davis, will make it much more difficult for her to really play much.
So Davis back in the game with 3 fouls. Looking down low for Carpenter again, and it's taken away by Chapman, but just before that, we'll have a jump ball. Nonetheless, it'll still go with the Bulldogs with 3:25 to go in the second.
Yeah, probably a little break there for the Iron Ladies as Chapman was pulling it away. We'll get them the next possession arrow at least.
Holcomb pass to Banks, top of the key, 3, knocks it down.
Yeah, Quinn Banks able to get her feet set, steps into the three and knocks it down.
Three-point lead here for the Bulldogs. Under 3 minutes to go in the second. Jackson looking to answer back. Davis on the drive into Carpenter in the corner. Back to Davis on the right wing. Backdoor play here for Davis. Up for the shot. Can't get it to fall. Chapman the rebound for Athens.
Yeah, good job by Banks to block that shot without fouling.
In transition, Chapman, short range runner, knocks it down. Lead up to 5 for the Bulldogs.
Chapman with her second, she's 2 for 2 from the field. Hit a 3 in the first quarter and then hits that nice little 15-footer right there. Got to get across.
A 7-point run here for the Bulldogs. Close to 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Sydney Carpenter on the drive. Can't get it to drop in. Quinn Banks, the defensive rebound for Athens.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just all out of sorts on the offensive end. Or not the Iron Ladies are.
Into the corner, Smart, a left corner 3 off the backboard and out. Davis comes up with the rebound. She'll get it to TJ Carpenter, who will bring it across the timeline here for the Iron Ladies. Now out to Davis. That's a 3 off the mark. Walburn the offensive rebound.
Good hustle there by Maddie Walburn. Keep this possession alive.
90 seconds to play here in the first half. Jackson running a bit of a weave here, trying to run down some time here in the second quarter. Carpenter on the drive, and we have a Bulldog foul. It'll be on Ella Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman picking up only the 4th team foul, or 5th team foul for the Bulldogs. But only her first.
Inbound to Davis, down low, up with the right hand, and fouled. It'll be on Quinn Banks, and Davis will head to the line with 2 free throws coming up.
That'll be the second on Banks. So maybe that's a place where you attack here in the last minute 19 if you're the Iron Ladies. As it doesn't, okay, possibly going to Emily Zuber will be coming back. Kenzie Davis makes the first. She now has 3 points on the night.
Jackson more or less in the bonus, currently 6 fouls for the Bulldogs, so the next one would put them in the 1-1. And 2 for 2 on that trip for Davis, lead down to 4 as Jalen Montgomery comes back into the game for the Iron Ladies, as does Emily Zuber for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good job getting Kenzie Davis out for defense here. She's probably your best rebounder, but at the same time, you don't want to risk her getting a 4th with her just trying to play. Nice job by Sydney Carpenter to get that steal on the backside.
Sydney Carpenter comes up with the steal in transition. We'll have a foul on the floor. It'll be on the Bulldogs.
It'll be on Holcomb. Her first. Maddie Walburn will go to the line. She's 2 for 2 on the night.
First one in and out off the hands of Zuber. It'll stay here with the Iron Ladies.
Yeah, Zuber just unable to get a grip on that ball off her hands and out of bounds.
Walburn set to inbound on the baseline, gets it in, or trying to get it into Carpenter. Montgomery comes up with the loose ball, back to Montgomery at the top of the key, now to Walburn, under a minute to play here in the second.
Yeah, I think she might be trying to get to that 15-foot spot, but Holcomb doing a really good job of cutting that off. She burned her in the first quarter on that, and then not going to let her do it again. Nice backdoor cut.
This one batted out of bounds. No, passes off target for TJ Carpenter. A turnover for the Iron Ladies. That'll hand things over to Athens with right around 35 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, it was good defense by Quinn Banks to not foul there. Would have been her 3rd.
Over to Banks. That's a 3 off the mark. Walburn the rebound, 23 seconds to go in the second.
I would guess we'll be seeing one shot here.
Chance for Jackson here to Maybe cut it down to 1 or tie it up with a 3. Carpenter at the top of the key, and we'll have a foul.
Yeah, that was
Quinn Banks.
her third. 50 feet from the basket, 40 feet from the basket. But it's just, there's no reason to foul there. Just being overly aggressive. Ella Chapman will check back in. Banks, who's the leading scorer right now for the Bulldogs with 8. Carpenter will go to the line.
Carpenter in and out on the first one. Walburn the offensive rebound. Her shot is blocked out of bounds, I believe, by Ferd Sigmund.
It was Zuber. Yeah.
Davis trying to get it into Carpenter, and this one poked out of bounds once again by the Bulldogs. So 4.5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And it looks like Athens will take a timeout.
Be a 30. I would guess there's going to be some sort of defensive, obviously a defensive strategy here, but I don't know, maybe with it being on the sideline, you put Zuber on the ball and just make it harder for them to get the ball in.
Well,
One
you've
thing
seen
we
them
saw
throw that floater pass a couple times on the baseline, so you might expect that again. Why not put your tallest player on the ball?
Mm-hmm. And then also when that Western Brown game, Jackson scored multiple times from the sideline.
Yeah, Sydney
on their out of bounds plays.
Deep three. I think it was at the end of the first quarter. Knocked down like a 25-footer on the left wing. So we'll see if Coach Walburn can draw something up here and maybe tie it up, hit it into halftime with a 3.
Yeah, and you got 4.5 seconds, so you don't. It's not a catch and shoot. You can do a couple of things. You just got to make sure you are, the time.
Right. Inbound down low to Davis, and called for a travel with 2.8 seconds to play here in the first half. So the Bulldogs going to have to go the length of the floor here. Probably going to check out Davis so she doesn't pick up anything cheap here in the closing seconds of the quarter. Chapman going to try to get it off at the buzzer off the glass. I don't believe it was in time anyway. So that'll send us to the half. Athens out in front, 20-17. We'll take a quick break. And when we come back, John and I will have all of the stats from the first half. Once again, Athens out in front, 20-17 after 1. You're watching Ohio High School Girls Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Carlos. First time setting foot at a tattoo shop. Second picture his daughter has posted to her story. Third check on his bucket list. And 4 years of cancer-free checkups at OhioHealth.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
20-17 is our score after the first half. Athens more or less led the whole game. I know Jackson at one point held a 15-13 lead. Then Athens went on a 7-point run, and then Jackson finished up the scoring. I believe it was Walburn knocked down 2 free throws.
It was actually Kinsey Davis.
Kinsey Davis came back into the game towards the end of the half and knocked down a couple of free throws to round out the scoring for the first half. For the Iron Ladies, John, give us all the stats for both teams from tonight's first half action.
Yeah, Jackson had a couple short-term leads, like at the very beginning before the game started.
Right.
The 2-point lead, they're up 4-1. 4-1 was their biggest lead. Like you mentioned, they got up 15-13. For Jackson, only 5 of 18 from the field in the first half, 0 of 3 from 3, 7 of 11 from the free throw line. They're led by TJ Carpenter with 5 points. She's only 2 of 3 from the field. They're just not really getting many shots off. Not that many turnovers, 7 turnovers. It's just kind of been a slow-paced game, and neither team is really trying to increase the pace. Not trying to push the pace at all. 5 points for TJ Carpenter, 4 points for Kinsey Davis and Maddie Walburn, 2 points for Sydney Hughes, and then also 2 points for Jalen Montgomery. The big stat of the first half was Kinsey Davis with the 3 fouls, but she left when
I think it was 3:02. It hadn't even been 5 minutes in the first quarter. It was like 3:22 to go in the first.
Yeah, and they were down 2 at the time when she left. She comes back in when they're down 5, got it back down, made a little 2-point difference there, but did a good job of not fouling in the 2+ minutes that she played in that second quarter. So that was big for the Iron Ladies to play without her throughout that first quarter, or really throughout that first half. For the Bulldogs, they were 7 of 24 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. Jackson was 7 turnovers, only 4 turnovers for the Bulldogs, and one was that shot that
it may have got blocked, not really.
Yeah, went out of bounds.
But if it would have got blocked, it would have stayed with them.
Yeah.
But it went the other way. So it was more of a. I think we're gonna. I'm guessing you probably counted it as a missed shot.
Yeah,
but it was kind of, like you said, it felt turnover-ish, but it was kind of an odd play.
Yeah, just a strange play. They are led by Quinn Banks with 8, but she picked up her 3rd foul with 8 seconds left in the half at the midcourt line. Just kind of a reckless foul when you have 3 fouls or 2 fouls. So that's something to look for. She knocked down a pair of 3s. She was 2 of 5 from 3 in that first half. Emily Zuber with 5 points and 7 rebounds for the 5'11" senior center for the Bulldogs. Only averages 3.1 points and 11.8 rebounds a game. She also came into the game shooting 21% from the free throw line. She's 3 for 4. So a senior really stepping it up for the Bulldogs. They also have 5 points from Ella Chapman, their second leading scorer. She's only 2 of 2 from the field. She played almost the entire first half. The Iron Ladies have done a really good job of not letting her get shots off. And then rounding out the scoring for them is Olivia Smart with 2 points, a really nice drive and layup for her. Asa Holcomb, 12.6 points a game. She is 0 for 5 from the field. She's made a big difference on the defensive end with a couple of steals, 3 blocks. She's got 4 rebounds as well, but unable to get anything from her offensively is something that the Bulldogs are definitely going to look to change in the second half. Jackson will get the ball to start the half. And for Jackson, I would look, I would think they would try to get the ball inside.
Well, and you're going to see Davis most likely to start out with, which, for a majority, probably 12 minutes of the first half, Kinsey Davis is on the bench because she has 3 fouls. So it'll be a different look for the Iron Ladies here to start off things in the third quarter.
Yeah, and kudos to the Athens defense as they just weren't letting a lot of second chances go and not really getting any good looks as they've only attempted 3 threes, so they're not even getting looks from the outside. Will be an interesting second half.
Well, towards the end of the half, John, you saw them start going to TJ Carpenter down low. I think it only resulted in 2 points maybe once. Here's Davis on the drive, off the glass, in and out. Coming up with the rebound is Holcomb once again.
Yeah, I like the first play design. Davis just unable to get it to fall.
Holcomb on the drive, kicks it out. That Smart mid-range jumper knocks it down.
Yeah, it's really the first time Smart's been able to get her feet set on her jumper so far. Nice job by her to just drive and knock it down.
Now on the other hand, Hughes passes it over to Davis. Her shot blocked out of bounds by Ella Chapman.
Yeah, good help side defense there by Chapman. I think the Bulldogs knew what the strategy was going to be, and they've really put a lot of attention on Kenzie Davis already.
Walburn inbound on the baseline, gets it into the corner to Sydney Carpenter on the drive. This one is blocked. Coming up with the rebound is Emily Zuber. Chapman now into the corner. Smart working the baseline, up with the right hand. No good off the glass. Offensive rebound and putback for Emily Zuber. John, I believe now up to 7 points on the night for Zuber.
Yeah, 7 points, 9 rebounds for Zuber, making a huge difference in the game as she really will get credit for that block. And then she gets a hand on that.
Davis off the pass is fouled on the shot, so she'll head to the line, shooting 2, trailing the Bulldogs 24-17, 6:44 in the third. John only averages 3.1 points per game on the season. Already doubled that here. Minutes into the third quarter at 7, so a great start to the night for Emily Zuber. First shot from Davis is off the back iron and out, so it'll remain a 7-point lead here for the Bulldogs. Second free throw on the way, rolls around and in. That cuts the lead down to 6 for Athens.
Yeah, it's the biggest lead of the night for Athens at 7. I like Jackson sending some defenders here. Trap that first pass.
Holcomb on the right wing, loses the handle on it. Sydney Carpenter comes up with the steal for the Iron Ladies, but it's taken right back from Holcomb, looking for her first points of the night, and she will be fouled by Sydney Carpenter, so Holcomb will head to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, great defense by Sydney Carpenter, but, Holcomb does a great job of recovering and, getting the steal back. Now she's going to go to the free throw line looking for her first points of the night. 73% free throw shooter for the Bulldogs.
First one from Holcomb rattles around and drops in. Like John said, first point of the night for Athens' leading scorer coming into the night. Second one drops as well.
Yeah, maybe for Holcomb, all she needs to do is see that ball go through once to get that confidence back.
It really wasn't lack of volume for Holcomb, just hadn't been able to knock anything down yet. Now Jackson looking to answer back on the other end. Screen from Davis. Walburn on the drive, cut off by Smart, and Holcomb comes up with the steal on the fast break, up for the layup and fouled once again. Sydney Carpenter, another foul for the Iron Ladies. Holcomb heading back to the line for the Bulldogs.
That's a good foul, though, because she may make both free throws, you didn't give up the and one. So at least she's got to earn them from the line. Kind of dangerous, though, because she was still able to get the ball up.
First one off the back iron and out. Given the timing on the foul call, it almost seemed like one of those fouls where if it went in, there wouldn't have been a whistle, but after you see it go off the rim and start flying away, then you blow your whistle and call the foul. 1 for 2 on the trip for Holcomb, now up to 3 points on the night.
Yeah, and a 73% free throw shooter, so you expect her to make the 3 of the 4.
Into the corner, Hughes trying to work the baseline, cut off by Banks. This one poked away by Chapman. Zuber comes up with the loose ball for the Bulldogs. This one going to be off the hands of Quinn Banks. A turnover for Athens. That'll hand things over to Jackson, trailing 27-18, 5:37 to go in the third.
Good job by Maddie Walburn of breaking that pass up, causing that turnover. Jackson has to start chipping away at this lead. turnovers on 3 straight possessions for the Iron Ladies.
Hughes on the drive. Nice find over to Davis off the glass and in for 2. Lead down to 7.
That's a tough finish, too, as she goes through the contact there.
(27-20), 5:10 to play here in the third. Chapman, top of the key, drives inside. Running layup with the right hand is off the mark, but it'll be out of bounds, I believe, on TJ Carpenter, so it'll stay here with Athens.
Yeah, Zuber was in position to possibly get an easy putback. Good job by Jackson to just knock that ball out.
Holcomb, the inbounder, gets it into Zuber. Up with the right hand. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound out to Smart. That's a 3. That one no good as well. Another offensive rebound for Zuber. Putback is no good. And eventually Walburn comes up with the loose ball for Jackson. Another drive from Hughes. Kicks it out. Carpenter spin up for the layup and fouled. The foul will be on Holcomb of Athens. And it will be. That'll be, I believe, her second.
Yep. TJ Carpenter is 3 of 5 from the line so far. 4 of 6. 6 points now for the FAC Player of the Year, TJ Carpenter. Jackson gonna up the pressure a little bit.
Lead down.
Very little bit.
Lead down to 5 here for the Bulldogs. Now under 5 minutes to play here in the third. Holcomb in between the wing and top of the key. Now top of the key, driving to the left side. Nice find down to Zuber off the glass and in for 2.
Yeah, Holcomb, who leads them in assists also, 3.7 a game. Picks up her 3rd right there. That one, a nice pass to Zuber, who finishes with the right hand.
9 points now on the night for Emily Zuber. Pass down low. Davis blocked away with the left hand. Zuber going to be called with a foul. Davis will head back to the line for the Iron Ladies.
And really, that's a big foul because that's 3 on Emily Zuber now. And Zuber has really been the big difference maker in this game with 9 points and 11 rebounds.
Extended a ton of Bulldogs possessions on the offensive end and cut a lot of Iron Ladies possessions short, grabbing defensive rebounds here on the other end. So a huge impact player, and typically not a high scorer, grabs a lot of rebounds. Tonight, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. That time, rebound grab by Banks as Davis goes 0 for 2 from the line after the foul, so it remains a 7-point lead here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I like the double there.
This one poked away. Carpenter for Jackson comes up with the loose ball in transition. We will have a jump ball between Carpenter and Holcomb. And I believe that'll go with the Bulldogs.
Yep. It's going to be a timeout for the Bulldogs at 30. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one, Jim. But you know what? It's a tied ball. Kind of in the first half, there was a quick jump ball also that went Jackson's way. So maybe things even out. I thought it was going to be the 3rd foul on Holcomb, which would be really big because then that would put them with 2 players. Well, 3 players with 3. I would look for Fern Sigmund to make a return at some point soon for Athens to try to make sure Quinn Banks and Emily Zuber don't pick up a 4th. Because that's, a 7-point lead. I think you can be somewhat careful. You don't want to be overly careful because you don't want to take your team out of the game. Because if you're Athens, you got to keep looking to score, obviously. You don't want to start draining the clock because that's the time that Jackson can start making their comeback. But this is definitely a chance for Jackson to put their pressure on to start.
Smart.
I was going to say, I would like to see them trap that first pass. So you just got to recover.
Smart will bring it across the timeline for the Bulldogs into the corner. Banks, a corner 3, knocks it down.
Yeah, Banks was calling for that as soon as they got across half court. Good find there to get her in the corner. That's her 3rd 3 of the game, the biggest lead now for the Bulldogs.
Game high lead of 10 points here for Athens. 3:20 to go in the third. Hughes on the drive out to Davis. That's a three. Front iron, no good. Ball on the ground. And we believe we will have another jump ball. So this time it'll stay here with the Iron Ladies with 3:10 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, and for Jackson, they got to start. I would keep going inside because Zuber's got the 3 fouls.
Down low, Davis off the pump fake. Goes up for the shot, but
And that's
fouled
a fourth. Yeah.
beforehand. It's on Zuber, like John said, her 4th foul.
And that's huge. With 3:05 left in this third, I would have liked to have seen them, go a little earlier. But, we're going to see Fern Sigmund come in. Zuber with huge minutes for the Bulldogs, but her 4th foul now. Smart by Jackson to just attack there, and very unlucky by Zuber. And even more unlucky right there.
Yeah, Holcomb tips the inbound pass right back in the hands of Walburn. So a turnover for Jackson. Athens takes over with right around 3 minutes to play. On the drive, up for the shot. That's a runner. Gets it to go. Fern Sigmund, an immediate impact here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, first points for Sigmund. Pretty fortunate bounce there, but gets it to roll.
Carpenter on the other end, reverse layup, rattles it around and in. Counted in the foul for the FAC Player of the Year.
Yeah, Carpenter does a good job finishing through some contact there. It's going to be on Olivia Smart, her 1st foul. And are we getting someone kicked out? I hope, hope we're okay here on this side. Yeah, we have a little break here. Not really sure of what's going on. Let's hope for the health and safety of everyone in the crowd. But right now it's a 12-point lead.
I tell you what, John, that's one of the only times I've seen, typically in that kind of situation, it's, we're just going to sit here until
someone leaves
and nobody left and everybody walks away. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, so I wonder if it was it may have been like a safety situation there. But Carpenter finishes the longest 3-point play in history. She now is up to 10 on the night. First one in double figures for the Iron Ladies.
Holcomb now on the other end. Pass to Smart in the corner. Back out to Chapman at the top of the key. Chapman on the drive. Has it taken away by Walburn. Another steal for the Iron Ladies. Up to Davis. Pushed ahead to Carpenter. Jackson looking to take advantage of the turnover. 2:15 to play in the quarter. Walburn step back. Pass to Sydney Carpenter.
Good.
In some trouble down low. Hughes with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Davis, the offensive board. Put back is in. Lead down to 7.
A good job by Kinsey Davis to finish on the backside. She's got 9 in limited minutes.
Holcomb on the drive. Shot with the left hand is off the mark. Davis, the defensive rebound. Carpenter across half court for the Iron Ladies.
Just keep getting the ball up. See if we can get the offensive rebounds.
Walburn crossover mid-range shot is a bit off target. Holcomb, the defensive rebound for Athens. Lead remains at 7.
Yeah, if you're Athens here, you got to try to get the best shot you can get. Where Jackson just got to make sure you rebound if they do get a shot up.
Holcomb on the drive. Tough shot with the left hand. Drops it in.
That's a very tough drive and layup there for Holcomb. Big basket for the sophomore.
Hughes now on the other end. A drive of Roan off the glass and in. Lead back to 7.
Yeah, Sydney Hughes now with 4. Nice drive and finish. Just keep cutting into the lead.
This time, Banks a right corner 3 off the mark. Rebound for TJ Carpenter under a minute to play in the third.
Yeah, Jackson, you can take a little time, and you can go quick as well, but if you take your time, get the best shot, try to keep cutting in the lead.
Falls down, ball is loose. Holcomb comes up with it for Athens in transition with the left hand. Fouled by TJ Carpenter, so Holcomb will head back to the line. 2 shots coming up for the sophomore.
Yeah, now for Holcomb, who is the wily veteran on the court for Athens, as she's the sophomore with 4 freshmen.
Yeah.
She's got 5 points all in this quarter. Now 3 for 5 at the line. As I mentioned earlier, 73% foul shooter. Give her 6 all in this quarter. She's came alive. Had that big drive and left-hand layup. Extends the lead back up to 8.
Carpenter on the drive, fouled on the floor. It will not be a shooting foul. I believe it'll be on Quinn Banks. No, it'll be on
Firm Sigmund.
Firm Sigmund.
Which is fortunate for the Bulldogs, as Quinn Banks has 3 fouls.
25.8 seconds to play in the third. Inbound to Davis. Nice find from Walburn. Results in 2 points for the Iron Ladies.
Yeah, just pretty simple play there. Just get Davis inside. Does a good job finishing.
Holcomb on the drive, kicks it out. Smart on the drive, has it taken away. 6 seconds to shoot here for the Iron Ladies. Walburn in transition, and it's poked out of bounds by Chapman. So Jackson will have an inbound play here with 2.2 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, Maddie Walburn rolled her ankle. Hopefully it's just going to be something she can walk off. The good thing is she's their inbounder, so you won't have to make any hard cuts or anything right now.
Inbound to Carpenter. That one is a bit short. Holcomb, the rebound shot will not count at the buzzer. That'll take us to the final quarter of play. Athens out in front, 37-31. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School girls basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
8 minutes to play here in regulation of this sectional final matchup in the Division II OHSAA tournament here in Southern Ohio. The Jackson Iron Ladies hosting the Athens Bulldogs in a 6 versus 11 seed matchup here tonight. So far, the underdogs out in front, 37-31, a 6-point lead for Athens as we enter the fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, the winner gets a date with Sheridan, more than likely. I mean, we haven't seen that score. But Jackson has won every quarter so far. But for the Iron Ladies, all you got to do is win this quarter by 7, and you're sectional champs.
Down low, Zuber with 4 fouls, kicks it out. Sigmund a 3-ball off target. Ball on the ground. Davis comes up with the rebound. Carpenter now will bring it across half court for the Iron Ladies.
Yeah, Emily Zuber back in the game with 4 fouls. I would look to go right at her if you're Kenzie Davis.
Walburn, who rolled her ankle towards the end of the third, appears to be okay. Mid-range jumper is off target. Chapman the rebound for Athens.
Walburn maybe got a little away with a little chicken wing there. If you're Athens, get the best possible shot you can get. You don't have to rush it. You just don't want to turn the ball over.
Down low, Sigmund trying to get it outside. Walburn almost comes up with the steal. Now back to Sigmund. Out to Chapman on the right wing. That's a 3 off target. TJ Carpenter for now comes up with the rebound for Jackson.
Yeah, 6:45 left to play. Jackson, you got to start putting together good possessions.
Walburn on the drive out to Carpenter. Pump fake now at the right elbow. Into the corner to Sydney Carpenter. Down low, Davis Up with the left hand, rolls around and out. Walburn comes up with the offensive rebound, keeps it alive, falls down. Now to TJ Carpenter. That's a three. It will not fall. And Olivia Smart comes up with the rebound for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, kind of a strange play there. Almost worked out for the Iron Ladies.
On the other end, Chapman a three off target. Davis the rebound for Jackson.
Down to 6 minutes left. Still a 6-point game.
Walburn guarded by Chapman, and we'll have a foul on the floor. We'll wait to see if it was on Holcomb or Chapman. It will be on Chapman. So that'll be her second foul. And we'll have a Jackson timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School girls basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really, it's
37-31 with 5:52 to go here in the fourth quarter, as we have a Brock Netter sighting here on the baseline, keeping us updated on Twitter over at Sir Brock Netter on Twitter.
Yeah, if you want to get live stats, there you go. And when we come back now, Maddie Walburn will go to the line. She's 2 for 3 on the night.
It'll be 1-1 here for Walburn. 7 fouls on the half for the Bulldogs as Walburn knocks down the first.
Yeah, that's something the Bulldogs have to be cognizant of, is making sure they do not foul and just give points here to the Iron Ladies. And we're going to have a foul on the shot. So she'll have, I believe, 2 more. It's a 1-1, yeah, so 2 more shots here on the box out.
Now foul called on Sigmund, so with 6 points, Walburn heads back to the line, another 1-1.
As I was saying, you have to make sure you're not just putting them at the line. You're doing a great job defensively. You just can't have silly fouls. That's 2 straight silly fouls there. Now Walburn.
Not able to knock down the back half there.
Unable to make it incredibly hurt, but still a 3-point possession there with what started as a 1-1. Cuts it to a 3-point lead.
Zuber with the rebound off the missed free throw. Holcomb on the drive out to Smart, now to Chapman. On the drive, Chapman with the right hand.
That's going to be a 5th foul on Emily Zuber. Yep.
We'll have an offensive foul on Zuber. That'll be her 5th.
Yep. She was opening up like she's posting up. That gets called once a month. And that's going to be her 5th. And that's a huge foul. She'll end her night with 9 points, 12 rebounds on the night. A great showing for Zuber. Kind of a weak way for it to go out. Her 4th and 5th fouls were pretty weak, but
well, those are the fouls you fear, John, are
yeah,
the weak ones that don't have. At least if it would have been on the other end, maybe you alter a shot. Carpenter up for the layup. This one high in the air, can't get it to fall. Davis keeps it alive for Jackson. Walburn, a mid-range jumper, knocks it down, lead down to 1. 37-36, Bulldog lead, 5:03 to go in the quarter. Holcomb has it poked away. It'll stay on this side of half court as Sigmund keeps it alive. Holcomb, another drive. Shot is off the mark. Rebound goes to number 21, Sydney Hughes. And Jackson a chance to take the lead with under 5 to play in the fourth.
Yeah, Athens is all out of sorts, but they almost get a steal.
Good defense here from the Bulldogs, keeping Jackson in check here. Down low, Carpenter up for the layup off the mark. Smart comes up with the rebound. Athens now without Emily Zuber, so they lose an enormous presence inside the paint on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
Chapman on the drive with the right hand, rolls around it in for 2.
And she was getting rode the entire way down. Probably could have got a foul. Unable to get to the line, but gets the 2 points.
Lead back up to 3 for the Bulldogs. Sydney Carpenter on the drive, has it poked away. Davis keeps it alive, out to TJ Carpenter on the right wing, back to Davis. Going to work down low, pump fake with the right hand, shot no good, offensive rebound, putback is off, another rebound, now Walburn comes in with the offensive rebound off the Davis miss, and she is fouled. She'll head to the line, shooting 2. John, we're seeing the effect here of losing Emily Zuber. A ton of offensive rebounds here, I believe it was 3.
Yeah, 3 offensive rebounds right there for the Bulldogs, and that's the ultimate difference, where you lose your really good rebounder. And now just Jackson attacking and is able to get to the line again.
Now Walburn with 10, I'd say at least 6 of those are free throws, maybe 4 or 5. 6. Back iron on the second free throw is no good. Holcomb another rebound for the Bulldogs. Lead is now 2 for Athens.
Yeah, Sydney Carpenter has not scored for Jackson, but has done a really good job on Chapman as she gets around.
Chapman on the drive, runner no good. TJ Carpenter the rebound. She'll hand it off to Walburn.
For Jackson, just keep getting the ball inside.
Walburn to the left side, cut off by Chapman. Moving mid-range jumper is no good. Holcomb, another rebound for the Bulldogs. Say Holcomb most likely in double figures in the rebound category, or very close to it, if not.
She's at 9. So, yes, about as close as you can get.
Into the corner. That's a 3. Knocks it down. Quinn Banks pushes the lead to 5 for the Bulldogs, who have an Athens timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School girls basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
42-37, a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs, coming off the timeout and coming off of the Quinn Banks left corner 3 that pushed it from a 2-point lead to a 5-point lead with 2:51 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a huge play there, and as I was saying, after we went to the timeout, Banks is, Holcomb's driving to her left. Why not put your best shooter there, which has been Banks tonight? Banks clears to that side, able to get an open look from 3 and buries it.
Sydney Carpenter across half court, entry pass to Walburn, now to TJ Carpenter over to Hughes. Carpenter inside, wide open drive, cuts it down to 3.
Yeah, and if you're the Iron Ladies, you don't have to rush. And that's a good job of just taking your time and getting inside and scoring the basket there for TJ Carpenter.
Banks on the drive, picks up her dribble now to Smart.
Yeah, Banks with 14, only averages 7 a game. That's going to be only the 4th team foul on Jackson. Not bad.
Well, it isn't Sheridan versus Logan Elm news, which would be much more intriguing to both of these teams. Circleville leading Waverly, which is some more D2 tournament action here on the girls' side. 30-29, Circleville leading Waverly right around halfway through the fourth quarter. That game in Circleville.
Yeah, that was the other game we were discussing on being a very good game like this one. Nice cut there by Olivia Smart. Good find by Holcomb. Her 5th assist, 6 points now for Smart.
Lead up to 5 for the Bulldogs. Jackson now looking to answer back. TJ Carpenter on the drive. Reverse layup with the right hand.
And
cuts
really
it down to 3.
May have been able to get it on the contact, but probably happy that she didn't have to make the 2 at the line to get those 2 points.
Under 90 seconds to play, and Walburn going to commit a foul around the top of the key on Holcomb. That'll push the team fouls of the half up to 5. So 2 more still needed here for the Iron Ladies to put Athens in the single bonus.
And really, looking at the numbers for Athens, the only one you don't want to send to the line is Holcomb. I mean, you're going to try to foul here or get a turnover. Yeah, now you don't really want to foul Holcomb. Chapman 67%, but Banks 50%. Olivia Smart 53%, Fern Sigmund 43%. So I think you're okay fouling any of those 3 if you're Coach Walburn.
The inbound to Holcomb here.
Yeah, I'd be careful on sending a screener.
She'll kick it out or try to get it out to Sigmund. That'll be a turnover for the Bulldogs with 1:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chance here for Jackson to knot it up at 44, or maybe cut it down to 1-point lead for Athens.
Only the 10th turnover of the game for Athens, but that one was huge, and that might be bigger.
This one on the ground, picked up by Holcomb. Another turnover for Jackson. And the Bulldogs will take a timeout. I believe it has to be a full timeout. But since we just took a break, I reckon we will keep it here with 58.1 to go in the, or excuse me, 58.7 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the 8th steal for Asa Holcomb on the night. And that one was just, just
does everything for the Bulldogs team. I mean, she'd been grabbing rebounds all game, but we see Emily Zuber foul out, and here comes Holcomb grabbed, I believe since she's fouled out, at least 3 or 4 rebounds. So
Holcomb,
you just said 8 steals on the night
steals,
for Holcomb?
9 rebounds, 6 points.
Probably a block or 2 as well.
She had 3 blocks in the first half and 5 assists. So,
and really her point, I mean, she averages the most point, hasn't had the greatest night scoring, but has elevated her team in so many other statistical categories that they're out in front 44-41, coming in as the 11th seed over the 6th seeded Jackson Iron Ladies.
Yeah, Holcomb leads the team in scoring. She's 2nd in rebounding, leads in assists, 2nd in steals, tied for the lead in 3-pointers made, best free throw shooter. She's their best all-around player, and while she hasn't really done it on the offensive end, she has found teammates. She's made it really happen defensively, and now stepped up and gotten some rebounds as well. I would look for the Bulldogs to try to get the ball into her hands to try to get her to the line.
Chapman will try to inbound on the far sideline. Has it batted out of bounds by Sydney Hughes. Not even a 1/10 of a second runs off the clock, so we'll try that again. Chapman inbounding once again, gets it into Banks.
And that's a tough position right there for Holcomb to be. I would send a trap at her if you can.
Looks like they're going to do that with Carpenter and Walburn now over to Sigmund, and she will be fouled, so that'll send her to the line, shooting the 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, Sigmund only a 43% foul shooter on the year, but she was calling for the ball. She wants the ball in that situation. We'll see if she goes to the free throw line with that same confidence. Yep. Knocks down the first. That's a big free throw for the freshman.
So that more or less makes it a 2-possession game, barring the
a dumb foul on a 3.
A 4-point play with a made 3 with a foul. And she knocks down the second, so now A 5-point lead here, under 45 seconds to go in the game.
I feel like it's just the old rope-a-dope now. Just pretending like you're a bad free throw shooting team.
Davis down low with the left hand. Shot is no good. Rebound for Chapman, and she is fouled. She'll head down to the other end, shooting 2 free throws with a 5-point lead. 28.3 to go in regulation.
Yeah, good job there by the Bulldogs. The Jackson has not proven that they can make an outside shot, so why not keep your players in the paint? And then if it goes into Kenzie Davis, you don't have Zuber there to block a shot, but you can swarm her and cause some difficulty there on the shot. And Chapman makes the first. She's a 67% free throw shooter. Like I mentioned, it's probably the second best one on the team. But now this time you're all freshmen, 4 freshmen and a sophomore for Jackson, or for Athens on the court.
2 for 2 on that trip for Chapman, pushes the lead up to 7.
To a 3-possession game.
We'll have a full timeout for Jackson.
Yeah, for Jackson here, 25.7 seconds. You got to look to score quick. And then, one of the things you thought you could have relied on was the fact that Athens does not shoot well from the free throw line.
Last 4?
Yeah, hit their last 4 in the bonus situation. So they had to make the first anyway. So, it's just it's unfortunate for them at that point. But for Athens, how about those 2 freshmen, especially Fern Sickman coming off the bench, stepping up and making the 2 foul shots, and none of them have hit anything but the net so far. So, there's nothing nerve-wise for them. But in this quarter, for them freshmen, Olivia Smart had the big driving layup, or cutting layup. Sickman making a couple free throws. Quinn Banks hit that huge 3 in the corner when it felt like Jackson had all the momentum. Then Ella Chapman with 4 points in the quarter, all freshmen. After Emily Zuber fouled out early in the 4th, 9 points, 12 rebounds, but they have, Athens, young kids have really shown up here down the stretch.
Hughes to inbound on the far sideline, gets it into Carpenter, right corner 3 off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. That'll hand things over to Athens, closing in on a sectional championship here. 22 seconds to play, inbound to Smart, and she is quickly fouled. So she'll head to the line, shooting the last 1-and-1 here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 53% foul shooter. Smart has done a good job cutting, getting a couple nice driving layups in the game. She's got 6 points so far, has done a good job defensively. Can really put this game away with a pair of free throws here.
First one for Smart is on the way, rattles around and in, lead up to 8 now for the Bulldogs. This one to make it a 9-point lead, and she knocks it down. 6 of their last 6 from the free throw line are the Athens Bulldogs.
And if you're Athens here, don't foul. Don't let them shoot a 3. Don't foul.
Walburn the pass to Carpenter. That's a 3 on the way. Front of the iron, no good. Give the rebound to Fern Sigmund, and she'll head back to the line. A 9-point Athens lead, 13.5 to play. This will be 2 shots as they are now in the double bonus. 10 fouls apiece here in the second half.
Yeah, for Athens, it's been a while since they've won a sectional. So, I mean, this is big for them. And especially, like we've mentioned, the entire broadcast, how young they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fern Sigmund, I didn't look at the exact amount, but 43% seems like she's probably shot it.
A decent amount.
Yeah,
it's not a 5 or a 0 ending percentage. So,
but man, 4 for 4, and we're gonna get a sub, which is gonna be Leah Swatzel. She's gonna check in for Sigmund. I think Sigmund might have got banged up a little bit. She kind of hobbled a little bit to the bench there.
Yeah, John, I tell you, look at this Jackson team, and for the most part of the people who play, I know Louderback got some minutes. but I believe that's really all the seniors that played for this Iron Lady team. They're returning a lot
Yeah.
of this current team.
Back-to-back FAC champions. They'll have a chance to defend it next year, but they're going to go home a little short because Athens, with a 52-43 win to return to the district tournament, starting 3 freshmen, a senior, and a sophomore who was outstanding all night. Last year, it was our first time we got to watch Tommy Hinkle of Fairland was in a broadcast, and she did everything in the game. You know, maybe not to Tommy Hinkle's caliber, I guess.
But that's saying a lot.
But similar impact on the game that Hinkle made in that game where we saw her the first time last year.
Where did this player come from?
Yeah,
I mean,
and Holcomb just with an awesome game all around. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 8 steals, in 3 blocks.
And what an impact defensively and on the board she had after Emily Zuber fouled out of the game. I mean, Holcomb, although didn't have the best, points-wise for the night, every other category pretty much stuffed the stat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So 52-43 is the final here from Jackson High School. Athens, the underdog, comes into enemy territory. A 5-seeded underdog here coming away with the win and the sectional title. Once again, they'll go on to face most likely Sheridan next Monday night at Piketon High School. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, John will have all the stats from tonight's contest. Once again, Athens wins the sectional 52-43. We'll be back in a moment.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
So 52-43 as Brucknetter jumps over the glass wall here. Not sure how that happened. Nonetheless, Athens wins the sectional 52-43. John, give us all the stats from tonight's sectional final between the Iron Ladies and the Athens Bulldogs.
I'll start off with the sectional champion, the Athens Bulldogs. It seemed like at the time when Emily Zuber fouled out that it was kind of, Jackson started to chip away at that point and, make some headway back, got it down to as close to 2 before Quinn Banks hit a corner 3. Emily Zuber in really about 2.5 quarters of play. 9 points, 12 rebounds for the senior before fouling out. Had a huge impact on the game. Then you go elsewhere. They really only played 6. Leah Swatzel came in at the end. But I'll just go numerical here with Ella Chapman, 9 points, 4 of which came in that fourth quarter. Quinn Banks with 14, but she hit that huge corner 3 to really rip the momentum away from Jackson, put them up 5, and Jackson, the closest they got from there was 3. Never made it any closer. And Olivia Smart with 8. She had 4 points in the fourth quarter, including 2 for 2 at the foul line. Fern Sigmund, 6 points off the bench, 4 for 4 at the line in the fourth quarter, as they went 8 for 8 there in the final minute. Then, as we mentioned before, Asa Holcomb, a sophomore, Asa Holcomb, a sophomore, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 steals, and 3 blocks. Just an outstanding all-around game for her. Holcomb and Chapman really did a lot of their stuff defensively, affecting the game in a lot of different ways. For the Iron Ladies, they will go home with a 15-8 record. Like I mentioned, 2-time FAC winners. Will look to make it a 3rd time next year as they return. the majority of their roster. Jalen Louderbeck was the only senior that played. She didn't score. She played a little bit in that first quarter. Jalen Montgomery scored 2 off the bench for them in the second quarter. Sydney Carpenter didn't score, the point guard for the Iron Ladies, but did a really good job defensively. Probably deflected 5 or 6 balls, had a couple of steals. Then Sydney Hughes with 4. They were able to keep her from hurting them from deep, which we saw her do against Western Brown. 10 points from Maddie Walburn. Then 11 points and 7 rebounds for Kenzie Davis, who spent most of the first half in foul trouble.
And what a difference that could have made in the game.
Yeah, that could have been huge.
If Davis is able to stay at 1 or 2 fouls and play, she probably sat out 10 straight minutes there in the first half. So what a difference that could have made if she could have been on the floor for, say, 6, 7, 8 of those minutes.
Yeah, exactly. They go, instead of being down 3 at the half, maybe you're up 3, and that makes a huge difference instead of playing from behind the whole time. And then FAC Player of the Year, TJ Carpenter had 16 points and 6 rebounds for the Iron Ladies. Great season for Jackson. Obviously comes up short.
And most of those girls are coming back. I think we mentioned Louderback was mainly the only senior that had minutes tonight. Yeah. So, you look at Carpenter, you look at Davis, you look at the other Carpenter.
Hughes
Hughes. Yeah. I mean, all those girls are coming back, and an FAC title this year. Why not next year? Maybe you get a little further in the tournament. You make the district tournament. Maybe you win a district title.
Yeah, and Jalen Montgomery was the other player that played, only a freshman. Almost had a 3-point play in the first half. Didn't complete the 3-point play, but if she can just give them minutes on the inside, that's going to be huge for them next year. They're going to have to find some holes to fill, because pretty much their entire bench were seniors that didn't really play much, but those are good practice players. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this matchup again next year, maybe in a district semi instead of a sectional final, though.
So as Coach Koska finishes up cutting down the nets here at Jackson High School, we'll take it home. Once again, the final 52-43. Say there's a pretty good chance we'll be down in Piketon next Monday for their district semifinal matchup against, we presumably think it will be
the
Sheridan
Generals. Yep.
But once again, alongside John Bruce, I'm Dewey Daly saying so long from Jackson High School. Once again, the final, Athens 52, Jackson 43. Have a great rest of your night.